I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington. What's happening, everybody? I'm back after a small hiatus, moving and everything, getting settled in. It is episode 85 of the Mad Titan Podcast with me, resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. Man, I apologize. Look, everybody pretty much knows what the deal has been between moving, getting situated, and work, get busy. And also, it's me just doing this because pretty much trying to schedule everybody else is kind of difficult. People are going back to work in the middle of this parallelogram. And you're like, Jay, what are you opening? I'm putting in the batteries in this mask I got. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I have this one dope mask. It's a gator that lights up. And so I'm putting the batteries in the other one. And why am I doing it during the podcast? Because it's going to be just me and this bitch for this episode. But, yeah, I've been busy. And I know people are getting busy. The panorama is almost done in the minds of people. And I say it that way because it's not over by a long shot. And this country believes that it's done, and without the consideration of everybody else is still going through it. And, you know, there are people who feel a certain way. There are people who just like, I'm tired of wearing masks, and I get it. I'm tired of wearing the shits too. But I'm like this. I bought so many. You motherfuckers gonna see all these bitches until I'm done wearing them. Then you can declare this bitch over. When I wear all these bitches out in public individually with different outfits, then you can declare this shit over. That's how I feel. Nah, but I know there are people still affected by it. Many people have in America been vaccinated, and they're trying to hit this herd immunity shit. And so, but there are other countries around the world that are suffering, and we're going back into a summer where people tell us, I want to travel. Well, where the fuck is you traveling to a place that's going to allow you to come in? Because, look, the Olympics supposed to happen, and they like, that shit shouldn't shake at all. You got cans about to go on, and they're like, yo, if you're vaccinated, come watch these movies. But you got other countries that people want to travel to, and they are like hot spots like Georgia used to be, or Florida, or Texas. You know, I'm going to use, or at one point, Los Angeles. I'm going to use areas in the United States that were hot spots. So I say all that to say early, if you are planning on doing anything for the summer as we officially kicked it off, please be safe. Please, you know, if somebody's wearing a mask, that's their business. It's not yours. Stop saying it's about control. It's about what control of their body by themselves. So let them do what they do. All right. Again, it is me, solo. I missed y'all. I'm in a new place doing this. I feel a little more comfortable being in my spot, recording and filming and taping stuff. Because, like, now I don't feel like there's any negative energy with it. It's just me doing what I got to do. There's a lot that's happened in the Marvel. Let me break that down. For those who are new to the Mad Titan Podcast, if you keep hearing about it, you keep hearing me talking about it, you're like, when the hell is an episode dropping? Where's the episode going to drop? What I do here is get you caught up on all the things that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. This is Barbershop Talk for Nerds. So what that means is we're going to sit here and chop it up. Well, I'm going to chop it up with my damn self. I'm going to try to make this conversation interesting for however long I got to do it. Normally it's about an hour. But if it's just me, I'm not gonna force a fucking hour to talk to y'all like I'm slow. Just not gonna do it. I mean, I'm supposed to be trying to look out a window all day, waiting on packages from Amazon and shit so I don't miss them. So that's the crazy thing, but I digress. Let's kick it off as I always do with my Marvel news. And my first Marvel news of the day, again, this has been a while since I've done this, but the Eternals trailer dropped, and I couldn't have been more excited. By the way, shouts out to everybody that is checking me out that caught me on Rogue Theory on a New Rock Stars, where we talked about the Eternals trailer, and we had so much fun. It was myself, Eric Voss, Jessica Clemens, and MT. Man, it was a blast. I can't even lie. And I'm excited. This is one of the series that I've been excited about because I like the weird and wild shit that I get to study up on. And I know there are people who watched the trailer and they were like, yo, this trailer ain't do it for me. I ain't see much. And then also, it's a teaser. And then people are like, well, other teasers have action in them. Those are different ones, y'all. Those are different ones. Like, this movie is going to show you almost 10,000 years, if not a little bit more, of history and stuff like that, and is going to show past and present and the beauty and pageantry, and you're going to get a lot of action. It's going to happen. Just calm down. Can y'all just do that? Just calm down. That's all I need out of y'all. The story, I think a lot of people have been in the speculation of what the story is going to be about. You know, Druig's a part of it and everything of the sorts, and how the Celestials play. And I was on Rogue Theory, and I said Galactus as a Celestial. Now, let me say this here on the Man Titan, like I said on Twitter and every place else. I know Galactus is not a Celestial. I know he is the last survivor of the planet Gallon. I understand that. I know that he consumes planets to live. I understand all that. But I also am saying we've seen how Marvel Studios has retconned the backstory of certain villains or heroes to fit in line with the bigger scheme of things. And it is not difficult to retcon Galactus into a Celestial. I know people are like, well, if you do him from the Gallon, you can show his planet Gallon, you can show his backstory. And like, yo, you have to also think, will a studio want to invest in that? Yes, we've seen them do other things, but you have to ask yourself that question. It's a lot of times, a lot of people don't ask themselves the business question because we're so stuck in our fandoms. We're so caught in, yo, are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? And then we have to be like, will it make sense for them financially? As a fan, the fan of us want to see all this shit. The fan of us want to see everything. But we also got to remember, everything does not translate well from comic book page to screen, whether it is big or small. Everything does not translate. So that is something that needs to be remembered, okay? But nonetheless, I am very excited for this film when it comes out. I'll be glad when we get another real full trailer and so people can shut the hell up and all things like that, all right? Aaron Taylor Johnson, the man who played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, is now Kraven the Hunter for Sony. Remember, Sony has been saying they're going to do their Sony Universe. Word has come out that they're going to make some way their Sony Universe ties into the MCU. I believe that's going to be No Way Home because, of course, it's supposed to be about a multiverse event. So, but Aaron Taylor Johnson is a dope choice of that. There are rumors that the Black Cat movie is back in development and Felicity Jones could be attached to it. Now, there's a rumor. This is coming from my homies over at that hashtag show. This is not for sure. But again, I can see it. I can see it possibly happening. I mean, if Sony is serious about expanding their universe, they're going to want to take every character they had that has some, that has potential that they believe and further develop on them. And I can't argue with that. If you're a movie studio and you own these properties and that's what you're supposed to do, again, Sony's not going to sell them back to Marvel Studios because they know the financial possibilities behind it. Look, we got the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer, and I said this in my reaction for it, which you can check up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JAY Washington80. I said this, Sony Pictures, excuse me, it is early in the morning as I'm doing this, so I woke up, brushed the teeth, washed the face, was like, yo, I'm going to just record Mad Titan, knock this shit out. Sony believes after that trailer, they just went like, yo, we going all the way in with the cheese that we had in the first movie. Why? Because cheese and all, and goofiness and all, we almost cracked $1 billion. So I say this about any movie, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whatever the case may be, no film, if it is a terrible ass movie, cracks $1 billion or close to $1 billion. That's it. That's all. No movie, whether it's a comic book movie, a novel turned around, an original IP, whatever, not a single one cracks close to $1 billion if it is a bad movie. Why is that? Because people are going to see this movie repeatedly. People are paying to see this movie repeatedly. Everybody knows if you listen to previous episodes of the podcast, my feelings on Venom. I've never shied away from how I feel about Venom. It is what it is. But at the same time, the studio, Sony Pictures, was like, oh, people want to see this again and again and again and again, and we making money like this? Of course we're going to do the sequel. And of course we're going to do the formula of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. To many of us, myself included, yeah, we're like, it's a little bit broke. You can change this, you can change that, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. But guess who say so it is at the end of the day? Sony Pictures. And Sony Pictures is going to do what Sony Pictures wants to do. And as much as I might feel a certain way about that, it's not going to matter. So I say all that to say, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Do I want this movie to be something different and special? Absolutely. I absolutely do. Do I like how much better they made Woody Harrelson look as Cletus Cassidy? You goddamn right I do. But if I know going into this already, it's going to be a lot more cheese, a lot more campiness than it was just in the first one, I for sure do. And so with that, I can't argue it. So we just got to wait to see what happens. There have been a lot of additions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of the biggest ones is Happy Gilmore star Christopher McDonald in a major role. They don't say exactly who he is playing as of yet, but he's in this. Amelia Clarke is in this. Kingsley Ben-Adir is in this. Olivia Colman is in this. Killian Scott is in this. Yo! This is... Marvel Studios is not playing when it comes to their casting, when it comes to their projects. Now, again, at the end of the day, everybody is going to be different when they watch this and receive it, no matter how they want to feel about it. But the one thing you cannot deny, you've got A-list actors signing up to join the MCU. I'm not saying you don't have A-list actors signing up to join the DC world. I'm not saying you don't have A-list actors signing up to join comic book properties that aren't as popular as the big two. But what you have are more A-list actors running towards Marvel Studios because of the return on investment, because of the boost in the career that it gives. Like, let's be real. When you are in an MCU property, if you have a pretty sizable role, your career accelerates. It just is what it is. Guardians of the Galaxy turned Chris Pratt into an A-list star. Now, I know that many Parks and Rec fans are like, yo, he was the dude on Parks and Rec. But that was just that. It wasn't until Guardians he does Jurassic World and all this other stuff. So, again, the grabbing of Christopher McDonald in a major role is crazy. So, again, back to my homies at that hashtag show. They got a rumor going around, and I don't like to talk rumors too much because there's two more rumors I don't want to talk, but I feel like there's substantial rumors that I got to bring up because of what they tie into. There's a rumor that the villain of Captain America 4 will be Cynthia Schmidt, a.k.a. Sin, the daughter of the Red Skull. Now, this is supposedly due to a casting call that's gone out looking for a Kate Mara type. Now, Emily Van Camp is going to return as her role as the power broker, but this is kind of, this is a rumor. It's not a guarantee. We do know a Captain America 4 is happening with Anthony Mackie as Captain America. We may more than likely see Sebastian Stan return as the Winter Soldier. So, I mean, I'm here for it if it's Cynthia, but I feel like she has to do something that's major. She just can't be her whole purpose of it is I'm the daughter of the Red Skull and I want to take out Captain America. That works, but you need a lot more into it, given the fact we're 4 films into a Captain America franchise. And yes, there is a new Captain America, and some people feel like, well, that's a caveat to start over, but I wouldn't say that. I honestly wouldn't say that. So, again, just wait and see what happens. Thor Love and Thunder has officially wrapped filming. Chris Hemsworth took a picture of him and director Taika Waititi. Chris Hemsworth looks super jacked. He's big as shit. Some people be like, but he forgot about leg name. Now, I understand. But here's the thing, too. In case you all don't remember, Hemsworth is also playing Hulk Hogan in the movie. So he could be getting that jack for Hogan as well. Again, if he's playing a pro wrestler, he's going to need to get some leg stuff unless they pad up any tights or, leg stuff they do with him. So I'm going to be excited about that. This isn't a movie, story or TV story as much as I, would normally do. But Avengers Campus is opening at Disney World. And one of the dope things that happened was the opening of it was a ceremony kicked off by Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, and the new Captain America himself, Anthony Mackie, where he presented the shield to Captain America, which is the actor who will be playing Captain America, the new one, in the new Captain America Falcon type suit. And it looks so dope seeing that. And the actor that they cast looked just like Mackie. And I was like, well, damn, okay. So that's perfect. I just wanted to bring it up because it's a dope little thing to have. Hopefully, if the opportunity rolls around, or if, everything plays its cards right, I will be trying to go to Avengers Campus myself to check it out, to, have some fun. I do know when I go back home to Chicago, I'm going to check out the Marvel museum that they have out there. That's a given for your boy. I'm definitely going to check out that Marvel museum. So we'll see what happens with that. If you have not checked out MODOK, I know MODOK is not live action so much as more claymation. MODOK on Hulu is pretty damn dope. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I've watched it, and it gives you that Robot Chicken vibe. It gives you so much, there's some, because of, again, the claymation, the animation, you can do so much more with the violence and have it. It's an adult animation, plain and simple. It's adult animation. And so the conversations and the dialogue and all of those things let you know this is not for the kids. So I'm cool with that. I highly suggest that you check that out. Let's swing on over to DC news. The Bad Boys for Life directors are directing the upcoming Batgirl film. Now, this is some interesting information to hear. I'm very appreciative of this. I was surprised there were rumors about the Batgirl movie. I'm sorry for the delay. There were rumors of the Batgirl movie. Joss Whedon originally was supposed to direct it, but post everything, that has been removed. So no one knew what was going to happen. And I have openly said on this show and many other ones that DC as a film universe should possibly stay away from the Bat family. Now, I know people are like, but there's so many characters. Nightwing, Batgirl, Batwing, etc., etc. But I feel like fandom as a whole has given this inkling that no matter how much we talk otherwise, they always want to see the big duo or the Trinity as a whole. Now, Wonder Woman, depending on what the third Wonder Woman does, because the first Wonder Woman, phenomenal film, no doubt about it. The second one, a lot of people criticized it. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of people thought it was a bad movie. There are people who liked it. There are a lot of people who found many flaws in it. And so it's all about, how does this trilogy conclude? How does Patty Jenkins finish this trilogy off? Because again, you do have other characters. You do have Wonder Girl. You do have Nubia. There's so many other characters adjacent to Wonder Woman. But I think fandoms have shown that even if you have these adjacent characters, they're so inclined to wanting to see the main characters. I go to Birds of Prey, for instance. No matter how you felt about the movie overall with its themes, the one of the top things I heard before the film even came out was, how are you going to have a movie set in Gotham and not have Batman? See, that's kind of an issue. Because Gotham is supposed to be a major city in a sense. And Batman can be fighting other criminals, doing other stuff. And this is the story of the smaller criminals, which this was. So I say that, again, fans want to automatically connect the big three. So you get a Batgirl, Bruce got to show up somewhere. Does he? Does he? Or can we let Batgirl live on its own? Again, time will tell. Dwayne Johnson has given an update of Black Adam. He has shown how jacked he has gotten. He is ripped as shit. He's got a trainer, too, on top of having the Iron Island, the Iron Paradise, I think that's what he calls it, his gym in his home. But he has a trainer. I'm not going to lie. I want to get that type of shredded. even if it ain't for a damn role. But I know the work that goes in, and I'm for it regardless. I'm all for it. I don't care. Other movie. Do I have any other movie news right now? Yeah, David. We just got a look at the new Shazam suit for the new Shazam Fury of the Gods movie. It showed us a picture of Zachary Levi in the new suit. It is more form fitted and streamlined as opposed to the original. Excuse me, the original one we saw in the first film that was bulky, and a lot of us had criticisms and critiques. And the best playoff of it was this is what Billy Batson's idea of what a hero, a superhero would look like, and so that kind of worked. But again, the new one is a little fitting. It doesn't have the cape attached to it, and maybe that was, it was going to be a CGI cape. I mean tunic, excuse me, CGI tunic, and we don't know. So. But I wanted to make sure I brought that up. And Andy Muschietti, director of The Flash, just released a look at Michael Keaton's iconic Batman logo smothered in blood, taping from the Flash film. All right. Now, speaking of The Flash from the TV end, The Flash, first off, sad news, two main cast members, Carlos Valdez and Tom Cavanaugh, are leaving this show. Carlos Valdez's send-off will be on this upcoming June 9th episode of The Flash. So if you ain't caught the shit by then, check it out. I know a lot of people feeling like, The Flash need to go ahead and call it one and be done. There are some shows that have run their course. Again, there are some shows that have run their course, and, we've had a great time and fun through it, and I still will call it, I'm not calling it the CW-verse. Arrow started this shit. Arrow may not be around, but Arrow started this. And, some of the storylines, some of the character interactions, the cast interactions have played a role. But here's something about The Flash aside the major leavings of Wells and Cisco Ramon. While we're not getting yet another massive crossover event, it's been confirmed that there's going to be a 5-part event in The Flash that will see the Scarlet Speedster cross paths with familiar faces. Now, this is what CW President Mark Pedowitz said during a conference call. He said that the 5 event episodes of The Flash will feature the fastest man alive, teaming up with his fellow heroes. He goes on to say the idea for the Flash is showrunner Eric Wallace and executive producer Greg Berlanti have come together and are talking about other superheroes from the CW-verse who will come together for each and individual episode. So it will not be quite a crossover, but we'll have a crossover type feel and the introduction of all these characters. Now, no names have been confirmed, but there are possibilities we may not see Supergirl or Black Lightning because both shows are ended. I'll talk about the Black Lightning finale in a second. I do believe we'll see Black Lightning. I do believe somehow, someway, we're going to see Cress Williams suit up in that because after Crisis, the events where even just the moment that Jefferson and Barry had is too strong to not build on that. By the way, you can check out the interview that myself and Winston A. Marshall, Blurs in the Hood, we did with Black Lightning, Cress Williams himself, over on the Blurs in the Hood YouTube channel, youtube.com/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. Check that out. But I believe he'll at least do one episode, if nothing else. Melissa Benoist, I know she's pregnant, if I'm not mistaken. And so also with Supergirl coming to an end, I mean, you could bring over Alex Danvers. You could bring over David Harewood. You bring Brainiac. You can bring over Nicole Baines as Dreamer. You can bring somebody over. So, who knows? Now, let's talk about the Black Lightning finale. 4 years, the show wrapped up, and the finale was less than spectacular. The finale looked like it had to be rewritten. It felt like it to me, shall I say. Had to be rewritten for the inclusion of China Anne McClain. Now, if you don't remember, China left the show early in the season. Made the big Instagram thing. She moving on. God telling her to do other things. And her career here, her time here, Black Lightning's come to an end. Bet. Cool. As a person who believes in God and who's a religious dude, if you feel the Lord is guiding your path, you let the Lord guide your path. Absolutely. No arguments out your boy. Not a single one. But to be brought back in the finale just to fight the new JJ, who isn't Jennifer per se, but now her story is that she's a cosmic entity that wanted to take Jennifer's life away because Jennifer was just coming into the ionosphere and just using her for energy. Didn't rock with it. The final fight with Black Lightning and Tobias, got it. Cool. Okay, you finally killed Tobias. Is one thing you didn't want to do, but it happens. You had to murder him. Okay, bet. Thunder, Grace, everybody gets their powers back. Thunder gets shot with a DEG in a new suit, and it's just like getting a cop or someone getting shot with a bulletproof vest. I kind of didn't get it. I mean, I understand that when Thunder holds her breath, she's bulletproof and invincible. But again, the way Gamby said, the suits can only take so much. These are second generation DEGs and etc. I digress. At the end of the finale, you have Black Lightning saying he's retiring and he's passing the city over to Thunder, Wild, and Lightning. You have supposedly the setup for the Painkiller spinoff, which unfortunately has not been picked up. Shout out to the homie Jordan Calloway, man. I'm very sad to hear that it didn't happen. I talked to him about it as well. And he was like, yo, it happens sometimes, unfortunately. And I get it. You know, a lot of us wanted to see the Painkiller series continue from what we got in the backdoor pilot and the, teasers going forward with Alexander Hodge being Filky, helping him out. I was here for it. I wanted it. Again, that is not the case. However, Naomi, Ava DuVernay and Jill Blankenship's production of Naomi will be moving forward on the CW. So again, it sounds so messed up and fucked up to say this, but we're swapping black heroes. We're going to have heroes. We could have more than one, but, shit is what it is. We got one. I hate to say it like that contently. Like, well, we got one. But that is happening, okay? So we have our Naomi is coming there. And I don't know if I got a chance to talk about this as well. Titan Season 3 is coming to HBO Max this August. Been waiting on Season 3. Season 2 looks so much better. The introduction of Deathstroke and the kids and Esai Morales and Slade Wilson was phenomenal. We got Brendan Thwaites no longer Robin. He's officially Nightwing. But I said that from the beginning of the show. Season 1, the whole point of Titans seemed like the journey of Robin to Nightwing. I get it was the group collectively, but that's more so what it felt like. Yeah, and I think that's about all. I don't have any calls to the hotline. But you can get them in for the next episode. 818-276-6947. 818-276-6947. You can get those in. And you can email me, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you hit that up. That is all I've got for episode 85 of the Mad Titan podcast. All right, I appreciate everybody who has rocked with me and has caught back up with me. I know that I always talk about I'm trying to keep this consistent, but again, the process of moving really took a lot. And once I started moving, work picked up, whereas I couldn't even be in front of the computer as much as I wanted to do my own thing as opposed to working. But I'm sorry for the delay. I'm sorry. Everybody that was hitting me up was like, yo, what an episode. Here it is. Randy Constance. Nah, I'm always messing with Randy. Randy's a homie and a bunch of other people. But also, thank you. Please make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Check out the YouTube channel, like I told you earlier, youtube.com/JAY Washington 80. youtube.com/JAY Washington 80. That's that. I'll get into Blurs in the Hood in a second. If you want to support, you can join the Supervillain Squad. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I know I've had people who've had to hit me up who've said they've had certain things come up financially and stuff personally, and they had to drop out the squad. Let me tell you something. I understand. I say this each and every time. If you have things come up, the support you give me on this level means the world. I am beyond grateful for it. No other way to say it. I am extremely grateful for it. But I also understand that people got shit going on in their lives. And I can't be mad at you if life takes a precedent. I can't. Why would I ever be mad at you about that? I'm not going to ever do that. So never, ever think that if you hit me up being like, yo, I got to drop, I'm going to be like, well, fuck you then. No, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to catch that out of me. That's not going to be me. I'm not that dude. But I also will say this. I recently had an incident where I had to remove somebody from the Patreon. I had to remove somebody from the squad. Why? Because they were disrespectful to Winston and Kristen. Now, here's the deal. Kristen didn't like it. It constantly affected her. It made Winston uncomfortable. Winston is like my brother. And I said it in the Patreon. I have my integrity over everything. And I don't care if you're at the one-on-one with the supervillain tier, which is $25 a month. For those who are part of that, we sit down for 30 to 45 minutes, chop it up about whatever it is you want to chop it up about. Don't matter to me. But I will not have you a part of something that disrespects friends and family, and just because of money. I won't do it. If they're uncomfortable, I will cut that time. And so that's my friendship and my integrity over everything. So that person was a member of the squad, they're gone. I refunded their money back for the last month because I was like, no need to have it. So I say all that to say is, people have to leave the squad sometimes for a reason. They can't afford to do what they do. They have to reorganize their life, and I understand that. Winston understands that as well with his Patreon. So we never get into this big debacle behind it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that. But to all the members of the squad, I appreciate you. You all are producers of everything your boy does here, things your boy does over on the YouTube channel. Part producers of Brothers in the Hood. But nonetheless, to all my members, thank you. Adam Collins, Alberto Rios, thank you for being at the 101 level. AJ Bristol, Ashley King, AZ Badfish, Marlon, I appreciate you, brother, for sure. I absolutely do. Brock Severson, Brian Larson, Chauncey Woodson, the homie from Chicago. Thank you, bro, for always being at the one-on-one level. I love talking with you. Cheryl Corbin, you have been amazing. Christopher Conley, Dan Bemke, David Adams, Deontay Clemens, Edward Wilshire, Fanboy Cantina, Fillmore Pockets, Fred Castillo, Hillary Nellums, James Robin, Jim Payne at the one-on-one level. I love talking to you, sir. Jolene, you are phenomenal. You are a sweetheart. Justin Square, Kenneth Daisy, you the homie, bro. Kirsty Oliveria, Luis Torres, I like talking to you, dog. Hope everything went well with your stream. Marcus Burton, Mikey Lito, Patrick Harden, you are a phenomenal individual, sir. Words cannot fully express my gratitude. Quentin Milrow, Randy Constance, you get on my goddamn nerves. Nah, I'm messing with you. But thanks for being at the one-on-one level, bro. I love chopping it up with you when we do chop it up, even on camera and off camera. Rudy Rueda, bro, congratulations getting your shit together, man. You can continue to live on Satan's back, that is Phoenix. Soul Gold, we miss you, sweetheart. And Travis Earl, thank you all for being members of the Supervillain Squad on Patreon. I'm very appreciative of you all. Again, Blurs in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. on the East Coast. YouTube.com/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. I am talking fast. I'm trying to get through all this. I got a bunch of shit I still got to do. June 20th, Father's Day. We are adding a new show to Blurs in the Hood. It is not hosted by Winston and myself. It's hosted by two lovely ladies, Drew Jones, TK Trinidad. It's called Talk Blurty to Me. It goes down noon Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast. YouTube.com/Blurs in the Hood. So you can catch it there. That's that. That's all of that. Listen, follow me. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. Y'all already know. Holla at y'all later. Take care. I'm out. Bye.